Hey there everyone, welcome back to the Free Think Dojo. Every now and again I keep up with new game releases that are coming out, and obviously with the state of the gaming industry within the past year or so, I just really have been cautious on which games I'm looking forward to and which games I'm going to end up buying. But typically I try to really get interested in titles that maybe I grew up with that are getting remasters or sequels, or just games that pique my interest all around. Whenever I do find a game that kind of captures me and makes me really excited to just be a gamer, I typically, first write it down to just remember it because I forget a lot of stuff these days. And I typically always try to keep track of any promo content or new gameplay that is put out. And recently, there's been a game that I've been super excited for, and I'm sure a lot of people are as well, and that is Resident Evil 9. I actually made a video about Gamescom 2025 last year on this channel where they actually announced more about Resident Evil 9. I actually think it was the first time they announced it, and I've always been a Resident Evil fan. Obviously, as I got older, I think the fandom has kind of grown on me a little bit, and Resident Evil 9 looks like just the perfect game for me. It kind of encompasses a lot of what the genre, has always been about, from action to horror, kind of putting it all together into a nice little combo. There have been games that I've played throughout my life so far that have actually changed how I view a lot of things. They've been very impactful, the way it's kind of shaped me as I was developing as a kid to developing as an adult and so on. And I really do cherish the experience of experiencing, a game fresh with seeing the story for what it is and trying to dig deeper into the messaging, and also just to be surprised by what happens within the plots. So I'm sitting here, getting ready for Resident Evil Requiem next week and really excited to play it. I pre-ordered and, I've watched all the gameplay and just getting all excited. I was scrolling through Reddit and I came across a post saying that spoilers were out in the wild. And I started really kind of freaking out for a second, trying to figure out how the hell did somebody already get a copy of the game and is just throwing out random parts of the story that are giving away the experience. I just find people that maybe get their hands on information immediately throwing it out into a community and just spoiling everything for them. I feel like it's just such a buzzkill. I feel like those type of people are just so unaware of their actions and their place in society, to the point where I feel like a lot of people that just genuinely want to experience the game just get that taken away from them automatically. Now, luckily, I haven't come across too many spoilers at this point. I've actually tried shutting off social media. I was going to do it anyways next week, but it looks like I had to start early. But for a lot of people, I saw posts of them saying like, oh, I heard about this character, or they did this to this person, or this is back. And it's so sad to me, because I want to go into this just experiencing it for the first time and, being excited for a new release. And some people out there, I guess, just don't want other people to feel that joy. People that spoil stuff just really get on my nerves. I remember seeing like the Avengers movies back in the day with my friends, and that was the first time that I ran into spoilers being such a impactful, scenario for people, and a factor that can really ruin experiences for individuals. Because I know a lot of people that went to see these Marvel movies, and at the time they were the biggest thing since sliced bread, and everybody wanted to know what happened. But for most people, they would just go and actually watch the movie. A lot of them would have theories and try to figure out, oh, is this person gonna die? Is this gonna happen in the movie? And I feel like that's just the fun experience about it. Having these theories, trying to guess what will happen to your favorite character or whatnot. I feel like that just really drives not only the marketing for the movie, it gets people excited, but it also just gives people that kind of childlike sense of, using your imagination and wondering what will happen. But then some dumbass has to come out and start throwing all of these spoilers out there because they saw like an early screening of the movie or whatever. And it's just so annoying to me, because even if, let's say, it's not real, maybe they're using AI to make something, or maybe it was just fake CGI that they made on their own to try and throw people off, it still gets people annoyed. It kind of takes away from the magic of either the movie or the game that they're excited for. And I feel like those people just kind of want to take away that joy. They want to ruin it for everyone, when at the same time, we're all in it for the same reason. We just want to enjoy the game or the movie. So it kind of just pisses me off, honestly. Like, I wanted to make a video about this because obviously for the people that are spoiling, like, just stop. Like, use your awareness, have some patience, and at least wait till the damn game even comes out. So then you can throw out spoilers if you really want to. But 2 weeks ahead is a little bit of an overkill. It kind of sucks because obviously there's nothing you can really do about it. I mean, people have the right to say whatever they want whenever they want. So if they have the information, there's no way to technically like stop them from posting the information or showing everyone. But at the same time, I think that's just another reason why, social media can be tough. And I know it's a thing that a lot of people use these days, but because we have that kind of unlimited transparency into life and entertainment and whatever else we're interested in, it's kind of a hazard of using this type of platform. But I've made a lot of videos on this channel already about just how people have lost awareness altogether, and I think it's just another point of, solidifying that. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what it really is. If I know something that someone else doesn't, and I know it'll ruin their experience with something, I would probably just shut my mouth and let them experience it. A great example is my best friend is really into the anime Jujutsu Kaisen. And we watched anime growing up. It's pretty much what we bonded over throughout, middle school and high school and up to our friendship at this point. And he is super excited about every new episode that comes out with the anime and whatnot. But the biggest thing is that I've actually been caught up on the manga and the anime. And I know everything that's going to happen within the story because it has been finished in the manga. And when I talk with him, he has characters that he really likes, and I know like maybe something that happens to the character that just hasn't been revealed yet. And sometimes when we talk about it, I throw in little jabs and little hints in there, but I never give out big spoilers or anything that's going to ruin the story for him. It's just to kind of get him to think about something, wonder, use his imagination a lot. And he respects it. He tells me all the time, like, oh, I'm more curious now because you said this and whatnot. And for me, it just kind of solidifies not only the feeling that I have of, I remember when I experienced it for the first time with no spoilers. And when I read the manga and found out what happened, it was something that, I just really felt in tune with. And I want him to have that same experience when he gets to that point. Once again, it's kind of pulling out that empathy card of, I remember how this made me feel or what I felt during this time, what I liked, what I didn't like. And I want that person or don't want that person to experience what I went through. And I think that's just, stepping into someone else's shoes and realizing that a lot of people are looking forward to something like this. It gives them a reason to wake up in the morning. It gives them a reason to, what they do and push through work. And it's a motivational tool for some people. And I think when somebody goes and just outright, ruins that experience for somebody, I don't think they realize the impact that could have. Now, obviously, there's another factor that comes into it that I don't, think needs a whole video about. But obviously, Capcom kind of dropped the ball on leaks and, putting out information too early. I know that they sent out some copies to influencers and reviewers, and I know that always comes with chaos. So obviously, there's another factor to it. I don't think it's all just on these people that are spoiling. But at the same time, I think it's just, a lesson for the future. And if you are somebody that, feels the same way or maybe has spoiled somebody about something before, it's just, I think, overall a learning lesson for the future. All I'm saying is I've always been on guard with spoilers ever since I got spoiled Last of Us 2, which, if you know what I'm talking about, to a certain character death, yeah, that got spoiled to me. And even though I still enjoyed the game, it definitely did change my experience. So I've always been wary of kind of getting exposed to spoilers, trying to find ways to avoid it. But let me know how you guys have been exposed to spoilers in the past as well, whether it was a movie or a game, and how it affected your experience as well. All that being said, though, I am still very excited for Resident Evil 9, and if you are excited as well, as a little side note, let me know what you're excited for, and if you've already pre-ordered and what you're thinking about the game so far. But please, keep the spoilers out. Thanks. Once again, though, I appreciate everybody sticking around in the dojo with me today. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more content like this and new content coming soon. Remember to comment and like the video as well, and share it with your friends to grow the dojo, and I'll talk to you guys next time.